I see that you've noted aluminium demand recovery is a lot stronger than many players had expected. What exactly are you seeing across your different end markets?
Thank you for having us on today. When we stood in the middle of this year, we were expecting an oversupply for aluminium of around 5 million tons. And as we've moved throughout 2020, this has reduced to 3 million tons at the end of the year. And the end drivers, which are really delivering above expectations on the demand side, is automotive, building and construction, and also can segment for our portfolio. We see that the transition of automotive producers into electrical vehicles consuming more aluminium is a strong factor for our industry.
And to what extent could this strong recovery incentivize new capacity to come online, the restart of some capacity? And if that does end up being the case, where would this new capacity most likely come from?
I think you're seeing a combination already of this playing out. Since the middle of 2020, we had an aluminium price that increased despite an oversupply. And that has not necessarily brought new smelters on to a large extent, but it has brought smelters that were supposed to go out, that had announced curtailments to stay in the market. In China, you do see some capacity coming back, and also outside China, there are also such signs. We have, for example, our own Husnes smelter in Norway, which is currently ramping up, and which we need to ramp up fast in order to be able to meet the increasing demand. This being said, we do still see an oversupply into 2021, but at much lower levels and gradually declining in the period as we move forward. And the reason why the market is still staying in some form of balance is that the financial demand is still strong. There's still a lot of financial interest buying aluminium, storing in inventories, and then making a gain on that.
I'd like to pick up on what you mentioned about aluminium prices, and obviously they have risen quite a lot in 2020 and at the beginning of this year, similar to many other commodities and metals out there. What is your outlook on the pricing of aluminium into 2021?
Well, we don't necessarily guide as a company on aluminium pricing, and usually when you look throughout the cycle, they trend to trade around the 90th percentile on the cost curve, and we are actually trading a bit above that currently. But what we do have an insight into is the developments in demand, and that is developing stronger than expected. Also, so far into the first quarter in our downstream business areas, we're really not able to deliver all the metal we could have shipped out if we had more in inventory. So the current market environment is supporting the prices that we currently are seeing. However, the uncertainty is still significant towards the end of the year, dependent on vaccine results and similar.